What is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei, and a happy new year, baby. Happy new year. My year is my year. We are here. It is my year. It is 2021. Time to have some fun, and International Sensei and the Entity Dojo podcast will one day be number one. Of course, keep it right, keep it tight, and above all, please talk to me nice. And it is time for a new year. Does that equal a new you, or does that equal continuous progression to what you were already striving for? I hope it is the latter. Just because, like, when I hear people always say, oh, new year, new me, this my year, this my this, this my that. And I've listened to, like, a lot of, like, great speakers where it's, like, Eric Thomas, Les Brown, things like that have always said, like, that foundation of, okay, well, I'm going to pick this particular date to change. And I feel like the change is gradual. Like what happens often, and I'm gonna jump around, like y'all know how I do. I jump around a lot when I speak, but like when you're working out and you're a person that's, let's say, a little bigger and you're trying to lose weight, and one day you go out and you try to walk freaking like 15 miles, and then the rest of the week you don't ever work out again, and then you're eating bad and this and that, as opposed to the person that is bigger also, but they walk a mile a day for 40 days, they change their diet gradually, they start to wean off the sugar gradually, they incorporate healthy options that still taste amazing. So they're more likely to lose the weight versus someone who like tries to work out one day like stupid hard and then not work out for like 4 months after that. You know what I mean? It's a thing of where like you need to find a way to build that consistency. If you don't build that consistency, you're never going to get the results that you want. Now, obviously, you can like have days where you like rest and things like that, but ideally, you need to have enough of a grind to where it's feasible, but you're not super drained. You don't want to be absolutely exhausted, especially if you're a person that hasn't been fit most of their life. It's different if you've been fit a good majority of your life and you're trying to push towards something more, you're trying to add more, you're trying to ramp up the reps, and you work out constantly. But you gotta be gradual with it. And I feel like that's kind of what the new year, new me thing is. I feel like people often like go absolutely ballistic and they'll buy the expensive gym memberships. They'll freaking go out and get all this crazy stuff. They're gonna buy this. They're gonna buy that. They're gonna go out and freaking do whatever. Like they'll buy a gym membership. Then like they say, okay, I want to learn to skateboard. Then they buy a skateboard. They want to learn this. They buy a violin. They buy a freaking air fryer. Like, oh, I'm going to stop eating fried food, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like a bunch of wasted money on something that you have no direction towards, as opposed to someone that starts like at the end of this, like I'm like at the middle of this year. The middle of last year, 2021, where a person just said, you know what, I'm going to just start walking every day. I'm going to walk every single day. I'm going to cut out desserts gradually. So like maybe they said, you know what, every Friday or something, or every couple days, like I'll have a cookie as opposed to like a whole half a cake. You know what I mean? I'll wean myself off gradually, starting to incorporate healthier options. So stuff like oatmeal in breakfast as opposed to like pancakes and stuff. Making overnight oats something that you can duplicate throughout the week that's easy to meal prep. Instead of freaking fried chicken or going for get fast food at McDonald's, they're meal prepping. They're making baked chicken with vegetables. Some days baked chicken with like brown rice, some stuff like that. Baked chicken with sweet potatoes or whatever, and gradually building better health and better eating habits. And that's the way to do it. And that's the way to do anything. Like if you're gonna go, like I've been doing with horses. I've been doing once a week consistently every week for the last 2 months, and I'm probably gonna do it for the next 2 to 4 months, for like 2 more months, probably consistently, and then probably keep going, but maybe like wean myself off to maybe every 2 weeks as opposed to every week, just because like I might need to do other things. But you're building that consistency, so I'm building that muscle memory. I'm building that consistency with riding horses, as opposed to being like, you know what, I'm going to ride a freaking horse every day this week, and then I'm freaking exhausted, my hips are sore, the horse is is freaking like half sleep, like and you're not learning from it. Things need to happen gradually, and you're never gonna be able to jump into something and be an expert at it. Like, so be humble. So like, let's, like, for another example, like if you're learning another martial arts style, have a day where you break. Have a day where you break. So let's say you want to learn boxing. Box 3 to 4 days out the week, and then those other days do something else. Because you need rest, because you're going to get overloaded. And I feel like that's something that I learned through my years, because I was a kid that like damn near never missed practice. When I got my first black belt, I for real can, like, up until like getting very close to taking my black belt test, when other reasons kept me from the martial arts gym, but when I could go, I was there. Like, I was there for every team practice. I was a brown belt taking the brown belt class and the black belt class. I was freaking in the demo team. I was taking Saturday classes. I was taking private lessons. I was going in, and you get to experience some level of burnout. Similar thing happened to me with FGC stuff, where I was going super hard every week, 4, 5, 6 streams a week. I was doing stuff for this other organization that will not be mentioned, but those who follow me on the FGC side know who they are. And I was doing a bunch of stuff for them, a bunch of content for them, driving back and forth. And I'm like, well, one, obviously I wasn't making any money. That's part of the reason why I stopped it. But two, is just because I'm like, okay, damn, like every single day I got to do the same thing. And I was enjoying it, but you get burnt out. You do 4 or 5 hours a stream. You do that 7, 8 days a week. I mean, 7, 8 days a week. I'm so sorry. 5, 6 days a week. And you're going to start to get a little exhausted, because it's burning you out, and you're never getting the proper rest. And it starts to kind of diminish the quality in which you do stuff. But I don't know, I think it's just about building consistency. And I am one, and people will get upset at me, I am the one that does make fun of those people that buy gym memberships at the beginning of the year and hit me with the whole new year, new me thing, which never freaking works. Every year I see it. Oh, I'm going to stop doing this, and they keep doing it. Oh, I'm going to stop doing that, and they keep doing it. Why not start, but wait, why do you keep putting a date on stuff? Why not just be like, you know what, I'm tired of being sick and tired, and go after what you want. If you want a cleaner lifestyle, go for it right now. Why do you gotta wait till New Year? Why you gotta wait till the new year? What is the point of waiting till the new year? What is gonna happen in the next however many days you waited for the new year? Like right now it's 2021, it's the start of the year, and if you start off how you left off 2020, if you were pushing towards your goal, keep pushing towards that. That's what you need to be doing. Like, the new year should not be, oh, well, I'm going to make this big declaration so everyone that follows me on social media knows what I'm doing. Who gives a fuck? They're not worried about what you're doing. They're worried about what they're doing. And the few that are worried about what you're doing want to see you fail. And that's facts. Like, there are a lot of people that want to see you fail at what you do. So why not keep that to you, build those good habits, and then they see you on the other side of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that person that's always, okay, well, I'm gonna when I can, like, stop putting all these qualifiers and stuff out there, because you're gonna always be a step behind. You're gonna always be with the woulda, coulda, shouldas. And you're going to always be doing a lot more lip service than you are actually serving yourself. I had a person tell me one day, oh, I want to be an actress. I said, okay. Are you studying film? They're like, no, I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. Then please don't waste my time with saying that you want to be something. If you want to be that, you have, especially now, you have unlimited access to technology where you can study film. If you have an actress that you like to study, you can study all of her films. They're on Netflix, they're on Hulu, they're on YouTube, they're on freaking Apple TV, they're on whatever. And most people have these things, so cut the crap if you say, oh, I don't have. Yes, most of you have YouTube at least if you have a house with internet. And there's books and there's other things. Anyway, so, or someone will say to me, oh, well, I want to get into freaking whatever. I wanted to get into fighting, or I want to get into the arts, or whatever it is, like, and you're not pushing towards that already, then you're just feeding me a bunch of lip service. It is too easy now to commit to what you actually want. For example, okay, if you're a person that says, all right, I need to work out, I need to get fit. I was like, okay, well, you can go for walks. We get outside your house, go for a walk. Go in your house, do push-ups, buy some free weights, buy a kettlebell, buy a battle rope. And like, oh, well, I can't work out at home because, no, you just are full of shit. You're just full of shit. You are literally full of shit. Here's why I say that you're full of shit. Because think about how much money you're wasting at the gym and you're driving every single day. Your excuse is, well, I can't afford it. Or I can't afford it. But then when someone gives you the alternative of, okay, work out at home, your response is, well, I can't work out at home because, you know what? You don't even want to be fit. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting other people's time. Stop getting on these motivational speakers. Stop listening to Les Brown. Stop listening to Eric Thomas. Stop listening to me. Stop listening to freaking whoever motivates you in life if you're going to keep BSing and giving this lip service of, I want this, but only if it's this particular way. There is never going to be a time where everything is perfect and the stars align. It is a leap of faith. Whether it is changing your career path, whether it is changing your physique, whether it is changing your mindset, whether it's changing your standard of living, it is a leap of faith. Like, there is never going to be a time where the stars align perfectly. It doesn't exist. You got to go for it. Like, Kevin Hart is a prime example of a person who just went for it. Like, the stars didn't align for that dude. That dude was a struggling comedian, and things like eventually popped off for him later in his life. Like, he wasn't a young spring chicken when stuff really started hitting for him. Tiffany Haddish, similar thing. Extremely talented girl, was grinding for many, many years. Kevin Hart even had to pay for her hotel rooms at some point, but she was still grinding for what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't out there just saying, oh, well, I want this, but I'm not going to go to the open mics. I'm not going to go to the Laugh Factory. I think that's the comedy club in California. I'm not going to go to the whatever in Georgia, whatever the comedy clubs are here in Georgia. Like, I'm not going to go to those, but I want to be this. You can't tell me I want to be a rapper, but you're not writing. You're not getting in the studio. You're not buying equipment. You don't have stuff ready at the drop of a hat. You can't tell me you want to be a stunt performer and say that you have no reel when you have over 40 hours of freaking footage of you doing something that you're good at. You have it. Okay, I'm a weapons guy. I love working with weapons. The first time I messaged someone and says, hey, I'm a weapons performer, I work with nunchucks, swords, whatever, would I be able to teach a seminar at your school? They said, well, how good are you with weapons? I literally took me 10 minutes. I compiled all of the film that I ever did into like a short 30-second clip. Boom, sent it off. That within an hour, I got booked for it, and I got booked for another one with that same place. I got booked for other ones up in other parts of the state and things like that. And people were asking me to do private lessons now. Yes, I'm not at the level of where I want as far as my clientele is, but I took the leap and I went for it. I asked for it. People keep saying, well, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to teach a class. Fucking ask. Fucking ask. If you ask, all they can say is no. That's the worst thing they can tell you is no. And if they tell you yes, then boom, now you got some extra bread on the way. You have an opportunity to network. More people are seeing your face. More people are meeting you. More people are getting to see how awesome that you are at your craft. And you build that clientele. There should be no reason that you're absolutely amazing at something and the world doesn't know it. If you are one of the best tumblers in the world should know it. You should be. There's too much technology for people not to know how great you are at what you do. And I'm lacking in some extent. I need to be posting more weapons videos. I post a lot of them, but I need to be posting even more to let them know that I will be one of the best weapons workers this world has ever seen. And that's what you need to think. You want to be one of the best tumblers the world has ever seen. You need to be, and by being that, you're just being the best version of yourself. You might not be the best in everyone's eyes, but you're the best version of you at that. You are the best version of yourself at what you love to do and what you are passionate about and what you are gifted at. But please, 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 if you want something, cut the crap and go for it. Stop saying you want to do something and it's just lip service because no one wants to hear it. If you want to be an actress, go out, get acting classes. If you can't afford acting classes, study. Go on the internet. Literally study scenes, practice those monologues.